differently, then today will live in the future. And that's why when we celebrate, it's not about whining and dining. It's about speaking to ourselves the way we are doing now. But we are here. We've covered 20 milestones. We will turn 12 corners, made 12 tons. How has it been? Are we going to, in the next 20 years, are we going to be at the same level? Or the lesson of the past 20 years and what we do today will propel us to greater heights in 20 years from today. That's why we celebrate. So the celebration comes with challenges. Yes. You just stamp for what you've achieved, but you also chart the way forward. And as I said, you cannot chart the way forward for this evening. Look deep into the future. And so I'm using today, so that by the grace of God, even if I am on wheelchair, 30 years from now, if I come back to Nkumba, there will be visible progress. The law school will still be here, but there will be innovations. There will be in a separate level from this day. Then you know that you use today to leverage the future. And that's why the theme for your celebration today is celebrating the past, honoring the present, and shaping the future. So it is in your hands. The dons of the School of Law, the student community, the alumni who are proud to have passed through the hands of this institution. Look deep into the past. But focus more into the future. And then ask the question, how can today make a better future? A future we can be proud of. I am confident that the university's current efforts to meet students' expectations are driven by the need to compete with the growing number of institutions offering legal education and to address the increasing demand for legal services across East Africa. Yes, competitive world. It is only excellence that will make you shine, that will give you the opportunity to stand alongside other competent colleagues in the profession. It shouldn't be who you know, but what you know. You're not going to dangle the Chief Justice as the ladder by which you're going to climb to the top. The Chief Justice did not dangle anyone to be where he was, where now he finds himself. My sister, Dean of School, when my memoir comes up, I believe it will offer useful reading. My memoir talks about the wheels of destiny, where I came from up to where I am at the time I stopped writing the book. And many of you, I believe, will be interested to know. discover that you have a role in shaping, determining your destiny. There is the hand of God, yes. The prime hand is one of God. But you have a huge responsibility in determining what becomes of you. So the wheel of destiny, which many times gets stuck in the mud, as the pushers and you. It is one of those things where you push the vehicle, you are in, when you're sitting in the vehicle, you push the vehicle. I don't know if you've ever got stuck. We normally come out and push the vehicle. But in the wheels of destiny, you're seated in that vehicle, but you have to push the vehicle to get out of the mud. I don't know if that makes sense at all. In the judiciary, which I am privileged to head, we have increased opportunities for the recruitment of deserving legal professionals under our judiciary transformation agenda. Now we are focusing on fighting delays in case processing and case backlog and enhancing access to judiciary services across the country. We are therefore making every effort to bring court services closer to our people, making it as easy to access a court service as it is to access a water well. If you could achieve where you can put your water on the fire, the stove, or on the stone triples, and then you go pick water from a water well or a borehole, for those of you who are villagers like me, where you don't have these running water in taps. And you come back when the water has not yet boiled or overboiled. Imagine that we can serve justice that way, that the courts of law are as accessible as safe water. In many areas now where safe water is within that reach. We will tap our chest and say, yes, we made a contribution when we are there. And it is not only the judiciary. It is you as members of the legal profession. For those of you who get enrolled, when you are enrolled as an advocate, your primary responsibility is to the courts of law, not to your client. Actually, you serve your client as a secondary responsibility because of that responsibility to the courts of law when you appear in court. Your purpose is not to win a case, no. Your purpose is to see that justice is done. Your purpose is to see that the due process takes place. Help court look at the case using different lenses. Blend your lens to the judicial officer who is adjudicating. Then you leave them to make the decision. What have we done in the judiciary? In the past, when I started practice, there was only one high court that was in Nkumba. 40 years ago, just in Nkumba here. Now we have designated 38 high court circuits. 38 high court circuits. 29 are in operation, and we still continue. Now, every district that you come from is a magisterial area. A magisterial area is one which is headed by a chief magistrate. Then every county constituency is a grade 1 location. Now we achieve two things. We afford our people access to justice. It is now a poor man. I do not know whether Nkumba is nearer than Kajansi. I don't know the geography of this place. But let's say there's a court in Kisubi. I think that would be nearer. Entebbe, Kajensi. And your peasant father as a district, the vice chancellor of Nkumba University. If the High Court is in Luero, is in a better position to take his witnesses to Luero, your peasant father might sell a few goats, take witnesses to Luero. The court does not take up, does not commence. He comes back, he goes back 3 or 4 times, the goats are finished. The vice chancellor has got an Land Cruiser. I pray you get one. He carries only 5 witnesses. Even if there are 10 adjournments, he's in a position to go to Luero or Masaka. In some places, the High Court is that far. When he was in Kampala, you come from Masaka, you come from Barara, from Arua to Kampala for similar case. Because of those adjournments, you know about adjournments, your poor peasant father falls by the wayside. When the matter now comes up for hearing, the vice chancellor's witnesses, among the 5 witnesses, 3 are elders who are abusing that status of being an elder because he has made their pockets heavy. To come and tell blatant lies to the judicial officer who does not know them, has not been to the place. They're 75, they're 81, and when they speak without blinking. So the judicial officer believes them. Now, your poor peasant father is not able to bring witnesses that will open the judicial officer's eye that these are total liars. So who wins the case? The VC wins the case. Why? Because justice is not accessible. It's a court of law. It's impossible to reach. So what we've done in coming up with this revolutionary, so when we talk about radicalism, that's what was radical. That the High Court should be everywhere. There's no region now that doesn't have the High Court. And not only one, number of them. Where now litigants can walk to court. They can walk, go and sleep there. In some cases, they take off from home at cock crow and 8 o'clock there in court with their witnesses. Then this elder who is coming with lies on seeing John, on seeing Kassirie, will say, we'll begin whispering, Mr. VC, this thing here, you know, I have suddenly, I have a bad tummy, it's disturbing me, because he knows what Mr. Kassirie is going to tell him. Then you only joined our village 1 year ago, what do you know? He now knows this. So, the purpose of taking services to the people is to afford everybody the opportunity. Now that's the hardware. That's just the hardware. Your phone, look at your phone. You open up your phone. That's hardware. The ladies are better looking than yours. It's more flowery, it's shining. For the men, it's done. But these are, whether it is beautiful looking or not, it's a hardware. What is the use of a phone if it takes you 3 minutes to open your phone? To access, just to open it and you're looking for a function. The phone won't be useful. Similarly, you can build courts of law everywhere in every village. That is hardware. If the software, and the software are going to be the judicial officers and you, members of the legal fraternity, the advocates of law, the defenders of justice, and I'm speaking to you, you are in that category. The moment you are ethical, the moment you are focused, the moment you are dedicated, the moment you allow your conscience to enslave you, then that hardware called a court or a court building will be meaningful. So when I'm speaking to you today, many of you have become police officers. We've now created the opportunity for more recruitment. We used to recruit 12 magistrates every financial year. Now we recruit 190-something magistrates every financial year. So you're going to be one of the beneficiaries. You may come out of law center and get a job in the judiciary. You may wait a little longer, but not where some people waited for 15 years before they could join the judiciary. So that's the little we've done. And then you have to prepare yourselves. And it begins here. You prepare yourselves. Why did you choose to be a lawyer? Do you even know the challenges awaiting you? If you're going to you join the legal profession, you don't know the challenges. You're just there and they tell you you're expecting twins. You don't prepare yourself to be a mother of twins. You're expecting twins, then you don't know how to handle it. After this engagement, go back, search your soul. Ask yourself questions. Because it begins here. If you know your purpose here, by the time you come out of here, you go to those center, and what you've done here for 4 years, you do the practical aspect in 1 year. More difficult than here. Then you are downloaded into the world now to serve humanity. So we've done that, and now we're building a court of appeal, one in Gulu, one in Barara, and we hope to go to Fort Portal, Mbende, Masaka, Jinja, Mbale, Arua, in addition to this. So this 8 places will be centers for the appellate courts. Appellate courts. And many of you, when you get enrolled, you now go and practice in Arua. Because you're going to have magistrate courts where there was none. We are going to enhance jurisdictions of magistrates courts to handle some of the things which are being given to the High Court unnecessarily. And you think of 170 plus, about 200 chief magistrates to handle matters. Now they handle up to 50 million, I think. They cannot handle certain issues of quashing registered land and that kind of thing. So we are seriously considering what we need to give to our magistrates. So there's going to be work for you. There's going to be work for you. Either as private practitioner, government practitioner, or as a judicial officer. But what is important is, are you preparing yourself for it? Let's give you what is important. If you're serious, you have a lot of work to do. Are you preparing yourself? Are you using the opportunity of being at those schools to prepare yourself for that? I'll deliberately use this expression, looming responsibility. Now you need to know, in the judiciary, we've come up with several interventions to foster an enabling environment for economic growth, wealth creation, and competitiveness in the region. We continue to popularize ADR, I spoke about ADR, and other reforms which enhance the speedy disposal of cases. For instance, alternative dispute resolution mechanisms and the automation of court processes have provided the judiciary and the people of Uganda with the flexibility to manage and resolve disputes with minimum difficulty. I encourage all legal professionals to embrace technology, ADR, and other innovations to achieve faster and more efficient justice service delivery. We know, if you don't know, then maybe you should now branch off from study law, go and study mathematics, where this information I'm giving you does not matter. The United States is the greatest economy, it's the most powerful economy in the world. This I believe we all know. Very much ahead of China, which is in hot pursuit. Dispute resolution in the United States is such that the courts of law, the one Chief Justice Owindolo is heading in Uganda, handle all about 5% of all the disputes that you know of in the United States. Just 5%. 95% and even more are handled using what they call the alternative dispute resolution. Formalized private sector dispute resolution, negotiations, mediation, conciliation, arbitration. That's the mainstay of the United States economy. Here, we still want to go to court. The land is prime place, Pololo, next to the University in Nkumba here. I have bought from the deal, and the question comes and says, no, this land does not belong to the deal. Comes up with a title, just to determine who of the two has the genuine title, and takes 7 years. The case is just there in court 7 years. And when you go for mediation or a negotiated settlement, 3 months you're out of court and everybody is happy. The Vice Chancellor has lost in courts, but he has also gained. The Dean of School has won, but she has maintained their relationship with the DC. You can still go to the club. I hope there is some joint here where you get up. You can still go together there in the evening. But when they caught him in Entebbe, the judge says, Mr. VC, no, you're a fraudster. And we do that. We write it in our judgments. If you committed fraud, we are not kind. We say, this was fraudulent. You never talk to the dean in school again. When you say, no, she must have bought the judge. You know those things. You know the things you say. So ADR is the way forward, the game changer. And that's why, again, I had the privilege of selling ADR on the African continent. That's why I chair since 2024, not 2004, since 2024. I was not a judge in 2004. Since 2024, I've chaired the African Chief Justices Forum on Alternative Dispute Resolution. We are focused, we are determined to promote this as a game changer in our justice delivery process. It is magical. We just need a paradigm shift, mindset shift, and you'll be surprised. And by the way, for those who are going to practice law, and that's why I was asking, you should embrace. You'll make more money through ADR than through these traditional court processes because of the turnover. Because of the turnover. All this have been studied, and Madam Dean, I hope the law schools of this country will revisit the syllabus and make alternative dispute resolution. Preferably a compulsory component. When you're being taught, I think introduction to law is compulsory. I think everybody does. You could insert it somewhere there, unless there is a better place, so that, or even if it is an independent one, it's compulsory. You will thank me later, maybe even when I'm in heaven, because me, I'm going to heaven. You will thank me. So, then in the judiciary, we are doing everything to simplify court processes. We are enhancing the use of ICT. We are demystifying court processes to make court more accessible, I've told you, to make courts user-friendly. Again, you should train yourself to understand technology. And we have the opportunity. Some of us have had to do it when we were already judges. Get a laptop. My children laugh at me, even my granddaughter laughs at me, because I use my index fingers to type. But it's quite speedy. I do it with speed, but just like this. I cannot train myself to do it. Virtual hearing. The lawyer from Nkumba University can come and sit in this hall. And the judges, I would be in Patong. Patong is my village in the eastern part of Achille land. That's where I come from. I would be there. The other judge is in Kamare, another one is in Domino, in Busia, another one is here, Bujagari Falls. Another one is looking at animals in Kidero. Then we've agreed today we're going to hear the case of Nkumba. And the lawyer is here, submitting from this place. Virtual court appearance. That's where we are going now. You need avail yourself the opportunity to understand this place. Not when come out of law school. Then there is what we call ECMIS. ECMIS is an acronym for Electronic Court Case Management Information System. We're piloting it, we're gradually expanding it. We're learning from pitfalls, hurdles along the way, but that is the way to go. You'll find practice of law a lot easier than when I practiced many years ago.
What's the setup?
In East Africa, the legal profession has faced numerous challenges, especially at training levels. These include over-enrollment, I spoke about it, limited access to up-to-date legal texts, case law reports, databases, limited technological infrastructure, and regulatory or accreditation In addition, limited funding and resources for institutional development and growth affects the provision of services to students. All these, coupled with operational challenges, make legal education inaccessible for many. Only yesterday, Mr. Police, only yesterday, we were having a discussion with some friends. I was told about some institution, I hope it is not in Uganda, Shada, where they use microscope. You are training people who should become medical doctors or medical officials. And there's only one microscope, and they're here 15. And I see on behalf of the others, I'm the one seeing, remember what they taught me in the amoeba or something, whatever it is. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Because assuming it was in this country, what type of medical officer are you going to? And that's the person who I'm going to subject myself if I have what they call intestinal blockage. We used to call it your intestines mingled and intertwined. That's the one who's going to cut my tummy, straighten the issues and sew it back, and look at the danger. And then the medical doctor said, no. When you go now to do surgery, you should be allocated your own corpse. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have my corpse. The lecturer there with his corpse. Now he's training you. Can be a dummy corpse, can be, I don't know what it means. So similarly, technology is meant to help you understand, and it's very dangerous for you to have secondary access to technological tools. Very dangerous. Because that's the future. And the future is already today. Technology is here with the fourth industrial revolution. It took 100 years from the first to the second industrial revolution. Another 100 years from the second to the third. But to come to the fourth, just a couple of decades. And in our lifetime, we may go up to 7, 8, or even 10. So be very serious about these processes. So in East Africa, we have lack of harmonized legal education curricula and standardized processes for legal education. Many schools are now grappling with poor research. My sister here knows what I'm talking about. Poor research work and lack of prioritization of research requirements for the world of LLB degrees. To overcome these challenges, the legal education in East Africa and in Uganda in particular requires concerted efforts from all actors. For us in the judiciary, we continue to offer students several training and clerkship opportunities. But when you're incorporated into the judiciary, there's regular training. Because we want to help you keep abreast of developments. So training is critical. Whenever something new comes up, you need to avail yourself of knowledge about this. Also, public-private partnerships are essential in enhancing access to learning institutions. These alliances for the common development purpose are much welcome. This collaboration and coordination enhance performance and excellence in academia. And therefore take this opportunity to applaud the government of Uganda, His Excellency the President of Uganda, for supporting liberalization of education in Uganda. That's why we have Nkumba University. When I was growing up, this was a commercial institution where people used to get diploma in accounting and this and that. I think it was in the same campus. Yes. Now there is nothing like monopoly by Makerere. Now you go to Law Development Center and the best students are from the institutions that are beneficiaries of liberalization. They beat Makerere University, my alma mater, because you picked the trend. You say technology has come, we must be there. We're not going to be in person. We must go together with technology. The world is competitive, we must get the best out of our students. So it's not like Makerere must be the best student at Law Development Center every year. At one time it is Gulu University, another time it is Nkumba, name it. That's good for the development of the legal profession. It's also good for the country. Because you do not have an area where you have second grade performance. No. No institution can say, oh, the other ones are footnotes. No, there's no footnote institution in this. This is good for the country. In the same way, I thank government for providing an environment conducive to the growth of universities and tertiary education in Uganda. I also applaud all stakeholders and esteemed development partners in the education sector for their commitment and support to Uganda's education. I take this opportunity, Mr. Vice Chancellor, and your team to highly appreciate your invitation. It's a great privilege for me that has deeply humbled me that I'm part of this great event. I challenge my children, you people are my children. In terms of age and in terms of me being a senior member of the profession, I challenge you, do better than us. You have better tools, you have greater opportunity, you have better access to sources of law, both internally and internationally. We used to go to the library to get information. Now you can get it from your phone. Now you may even get the temptation which I forbid you to use AI to reason for you. The Lord's Prayer says, lead us not into temptation. Those who put AI in your phone lead into temptation. They won't deliver you from evil at all. The future is yours.